Despite the radical left's attempts to divide the nation, lots of us have friends on both sides of the political aisle. Look no further than my next guest, a conservative in Hollywood who manages to keep her liberal friends while continuing to speak out about the real important issues facing everyday Americans. Actress and producer Alana Stewart joins me now. Alana, it is fabulous to see you. Normally I see you in person, but here you are on TV. I see you on TV sometimes as well. Thanks for coming over tonight. Now, we had a conversation, and I'd like you to start with the story you told me of a lunch you were having with Marianne Williamson. People will remember her as being a presidential candidate and is a guru of sorts. Tell us that story when it comes to how you interact with your liberal friends and what you find out.
Well, interestingly enough, there's not a lot of conservatives in Hollywood, as you know, but most of my friends are liberals. And I think, I think if we can respect each other and have tolerance for each other's views, that we can even have open conversations. We should be able to do that. And it's all about respect. And I was telling you yesterday, a friend of mine, very close friend of mine, is Marianne Williamson, and she stays at my house often when she's in Los Angeles. And she was here the other day. We were talking about some of the issues going on in the world today, big tech, social media, censorship, critical race theory, a lot of different topics. And we found that on nearly every one, we were in agreement.
Wow.
And so I think if you're open, if you're open to talking to your friends and having an open conversation, that you can do that. And I think, I loved your last segment, because what's happened, I think, is that social media is such a negative force in our country today. Everything is so divided. And social media started out is a great way to connect with people, find people you hadn't seen in years. And it's turned into something totally different. I mean, it's now like controlling our lives.
And this is an interesting thing in that we both have had life experience. Here are these strangers dictating what you can see or what opinion you can hear. This is not what we voted for. It's not what we fought for in civil rights or even as liberals, as I was once as well.
No, absolutely, and I identify with you because I used to be a Democrat some time ago before I switched parties, and I want to hear both sides. I don't want some young person at Facebook or Twitter or wherever deciding what I can see and what I can say. I heard that Naomi Wolf was just suspended from Twitter, and while I probably don't agree with all her political views, I will fight for her right to have them and to speak freely about them. That's what this country was built on. And when you start censoring what people can say and what they can see, that's a problem. And the other thing is, I want to see both sides. I mean, I want to see pro-vaccine, anti-vaccine. Somebody wants to talk about election fraud, I want to hear what they have to say.
And this is important.
I'm a grown-up.
You're a grown-up, and also when it comes to the political divide, maybe there isn't so much of a divide after all. Alana, you're great. Thank you very much for being here. Also the head of the Farrah Fawcett Foundation and on Twitter as well. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
So good to see you, Tammy.
Thank you. Thank you.